Is College a Scam? Installment number 5. Probably the final one, unless I think of something else down the road. This has been a lot of fun. One of my humorous memories from college is just walking around, embarking on this new adventure. I'm young, I'm excited, I'm unsupervised, life is good, you know. And all over UCF was these little blue pop-up tents. They were everywhere. And they had a girl and a guy working in the tents. And if you walked up close, it looked like they plucked this girl and guy like out of GQ magazine or something. It's like they put the best looking people they could in the blue tents. And behind them was a pallet of 2-liter bottles of Coke, you know? And then on the side it said, free 2-liter bottle of Coke. And since that was one of the most impoverished times of my life, a free 2-liter bottle of Coke, shoot, that might as well have been $50. I'm in. What do I have to do? You walk up to the table, and of course, you know, I'm trying to talk to the girl. I'm like, hey, and she's like, hey, you know, all smiles and everything. And I'm thinking this is really going good. I'm like, what do I have to do? She goes, well, you put your name here and your social security card or number there. And she goes, just hand that to me, and that's all you got to do. So, and then you get a free bottle of Coke. I'm like, okay, so I hand that to her. Boom, I get my bottle of Coke, and then she dips, like she's gone. There's no more conversation with me because she got what she was there to get for. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I just take off with my bottle of Coke. It was Citibank that was putting those tents all over the campus. They were Citibank credit card applications. I'd never had a credit card before. I didn't know anything about it, right? So 2 or 3 days later, in my UCF post office box that used to be there in the middle of the postal area, I get a credit card. Congratulations, you are now a Citibank credit card holder with this huge limit of $300. And at the time, I'm sure the APR was probably 29% or something like that. I didn't know what APR was back then. I didn't understand that. It was kind of like, well, what do you do with this? You know, I was so naive. And Citibank was just there in all of their benevolence and kindness to just give these cards out to all the young people. I was so nice of them to do that, right? I mean, that's what they would tell you. They're like, well, we are here to help young people start their credit history because that's going to be very important for them. You're like, you're waiting on us to overcharge and pay a bunch of penalties and then not make the payment so you can hit us with late fees. Come on, you're a bank. We know how you operate, right? So you want to talk about the big money grab systems. I mentioned the whole thing about college being one big money system. The banks, that's even worse. So don't get me started on that. But that was just fun. I remember that because I could imagine the minds at Citibank, right? Their marketing firm. They're like, how are we going to reach all these young kids? It's like, well, oh, there's a little tiny baby alligator swimming right there. That's pretty cool. Sorry, I don't interrupt much, but it's a baby alligator. So they're thinking, how are we going to get to these kids? It's like, I've got it. We're going to give them something free that costs us very little. In fact, Coke will probably give us the product for free. And then we're going to put blue pop-up tents and we're going to hire the best looking girl and the best looking guy so that every male and female with a pulse is going to stop at that tent, you know? And it worked. And it was funny. And it's a good memory. So that was it. I don't know how many of you guys remember that. If you got, I would say fell victim to, but I feel no victimhood on that. I never had a credit card problem. I figured it out and I never went crazy with that. So I was lucky. But if any of you guys had that happen to you guys or you remember that, just go ahead and throw something in the comment section because it's fun to reminisce about all of that. So thanks again for checking out the whole college series of videos. We'll be back on here with something else pretty soon. See y'all.